Hi and welcome back. Are you a fan of action movies? If you are, you may be wondering what the best action movies of 2022 are. The good news is that there are several great ones to choose from.
Stay still! Get out of here!
Here is a look at 5 of the best action movies of 2022 that you can watch on Prime Video. Number 10. Sniper: The White Raven. Mykola is an eccentric pacifist who wants to be useful to humanity. When the war begins at Donbass, Mykola's naive world is collapsing as the militants kill his pregnant wife and burn his home to the ground. Recovered, he makes a cardinal decision and gets enlisted in a sniper company. Having met his wife's killers, he emotionally breaks down and arranges sniper terror for the enemy. He's saved from a senseless death by his instructor, who himself gets mortally wounded. The death of a friend leaves a scar, and Mykola is ready to sacrifice his life. Sniper: The White Raven has a 5.8 rating in IMDb and a 70% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. The Contractor. Chris Pine stars in the action-packed thriller as Special Forces Sergeant James Harper, who is involuntarily discharged from the Army and cut off from his pension. Indebted, out of resources, and desperate to present for his family, Harper contracts with a clandestine underground security services. When the first assignment goes awry, the top crew member finds himself being chased, trapped in hazardous circumstances, and fighting to stay alive in order to receive home and discover the participating in a treacherous conspiracy. The Contractor has a 5.8 rating in IMDb and a 72% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Everything he's got.
I'm going home.
Number 8. Lightyear. Determined Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear embarks on an intergalactic undertaking, along with fearless recruits Izzy, Mo, Darby, and his robotic sidekick Socks. As this group of disparate characters attempts to accomplish their toughest mission yet, they must get accustomed to working together given that they're always pursued by the evil Zurg and his irate robotic army. Lightyear has a 5.9 rating in IMDb and 84% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Summer night, ocean paradise, whale calls.
No. White noise is fine.
Very well.
Good night, Socks.
Good night, Buzz.
Number 7. The Lost City. Loretta Sage, a devout writer who writes about exotic places, writes novels featuring a lively cover model named Alan. While on a book promotional tour, Loretta becomes kidnapped by an eccentric billionaire who wants to use her to facilitate a heist on lost treasure featured in one of her other adventure stories. Alan is determined to prove that he can be a hero in real life and not just on the pages of her books. So he sets off to rescue her. The Lost City has a 6.1 rating in IMDb and a 83% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Loretta Sage, getting you out of here.
Why are you so handsome?
My dad was a weatherman.
Hey, whoa, she doesn't need saving in there.
Okay.
What do you do?
Number 6. Ambulance. Over one day on the street corners of LA, 3 lives will never be the same. In this fast-paced psychological thriller by director-producer Michael Bay, decorated veteran Will Sharp frantically searches for cash for himself and his wife's yet-to-be diagnosed illness and asks for help from the one person he knows he should not, his adoptive brother Danny. A career criminal, Danny instead gives him a staggeringly high score in the heist of the highest bank in Hollywood history, $32 million. His wife's survival depends upon it, so Danny can't deny him. But when the getaway goes hopelessly awry, the desperate brothers hijack an ambulance with a wounded officer in the car. EMTCOM Thompson is on board with them. Will and Danny will have to evade a massive citywide law enforcement response, keep their hostages alive, and somehow not kill each other, all while executing the most insane escape Ella has ever seen. Ambulance has a 6.1 rating in IMDb and a 88% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm gonna get you back home, little brother. I'm gonna get everybody home.
Number 5. Thor: Love and Thunder. Gore the God Butcher, a galactic warrior obsessed with the elimination of the gods, intrudes on Thor's retirement. First, Thor enlists the help of King Valkyrie, Korg, and Jane Foster, a sweetheart whom he didn't approve of in the first place. Thor is shocked to find out that Foster wields the heroic Hammermere as the mighty Thor. Together, they embark upon a fateful cosmic journey to gather knowledge about the cause of God, Butcher's wrath, and prevent it before it's too late. Thor: Love and Thunder has a 6.5 rating in IMDb and a 77% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth...
Number 4. The Northman. Only fueled by his desire to exact revenge, Prince Amleth, as well as his companions, heads to cold Iceland in search of what was taken away from them: a father, a mother, and a country. Like a war dog chasing after the scent of the adversary, vicious Amleth embarks on a violent quest to capture the evil villain whose fate is woven together with his own like interlaced web. Now, in the name of Valhalla, no one will be able to stop the Northmen, not even the gods. The Northman has a 7.1 rating in IMDb and a 64% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
I want to kill you, feel it.
Number 3. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. After the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange unwittingly casts a unicursal spell that opens the multiverse. With help from Wong and Scarlet Witch, Strange faces various versions of himself in various dimensions and teams up with young America Chavez in an effort to undo the damage that various realities caused. Strange and many associates must get a grip on a powerful new opponent who seeks to take control of the multiverse. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has a 7.0 rating in IMDb and a 85% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. The Batman. Batman ventures into Gotham's underground world after an evil killer leaves vague clues. As the evidence leads forward, it becomes clear that the perpetrator's plans involved targeting nearby felons and that the scope of the crimes rivaled the scope of the depravity that corrupts the city. Batman must seek out new allies to unmask the criminal and bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption in the recent past. The Batman has a 7.9 rating in IMDb and an 87% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. Dune. A mythic and emotionally charged hero's journey. Dune tells the story of Paul Atreides, a brilliant and gifted young man born into a great destiny beyond his understanding, who must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the well-being of his people and the preservation of his family. As malevolent forces turn into conflict over what is the world's most treasured and indispensable resource, this commodity can unlock humankind's greatest potential. Only those who can overcome their fears survive. Dune has a 8.0 rating in IMDb and a 90% in audience score in Rotten Tomatoes.
It's time.
Do you like this video? Check others' videos here and subscribe to be notified about our most recent videos. See you next time. Goodbye.